Welcome to our journey into the fascinating world of aldehydes and ketones, specifically focusing on their nomenclature. We'll start from the very basics, then move through medium, hard, and finally the challenging G advanced level. Get ready to master how these crucial organic compounds are named. Ready for the basics? Let's decode how simple aldehydes and ketones get their names. We begin by defining aldehydes and ketones, highlighting their characteristic carbonyl group. Understanding this fundamental difference is key. Then, we'll look at their common names, which are often derived from carboxylic acids or by simply listing the alkyl groups attached to the carbonyl. These common names are frequently used in daily life and in introductory chemistry, so it's important to recognize them. Next, we dive into the IUPAC system for aldehydes. Remember, the aldehyde carbon is always carbon number 1, and we replace the alkanes E with al. For ketones, we find the longest chain containing the carbonyl, replace E with 1, and specify the carbonyl's position with the lowest possible number. These systematic rules ensure clear, unambiguous communication among chemists worldwide. Now, it's your turn. Take a moment to apply what we've just learned. Try to name these 3 compounds using both common and IUPAC rules where applicable. Pause the video, work through them, and then check your understanding. This practice is crucial for solidifying your grasp of the basics. Feeling confident with the basics? Great! Let's elevate our understanding to more complex structures and rules. At the medium level, we first revisit the crucial IUPAC priority rules. When a molecule has multiple functional groups, knowing which one takes precedence is vital for correct naming. We also delve into how aldehydes attached to rings are named using the carbaldehyde suffix, and how other substituents are handled. Similarly, for ketones, we explore cyclic ketones and how to correctly number and name them. We also look at compounds with multiple ketone groups, using suffixes like dione. Understanding these variations is essential for accurately describing more intricate organic molecules. The true challenge at this level comes from compounds featuring several different functional groups. We learn to identify the principal group and then name the others as prefixes, like hydroxy for an alcohol or OXO for a ketone when it's not the main group. This systematic approach allows us to name even quite complex structures. Time for some more practice. These 5 questions will test your ability to apply the extended IUPAC rules, handle multiple functional groups, and correctly interpret and draw structures. Remember to consider all the rules we've discussed, especially functional group priorities. Ready to tackle the advanced world of stereochemistry and aromatic carbonyls? Let's go! In the hard section, we first tackle aromatic aldehydes and ketones. Benzaldehyde, acetophenone, and benzophenone serve as key parent compounds. We learn how substituents on these aromatic rings are named. Then, we introduce stereochemistry, assigning our S configurations to chiral centers within aldehyde and ketone structures, a critical skill for organic chemistry. Building on stereochemistry, we next explore EZ configuration for double bonds, particularly in alpha, beta unsaturated carbonyls. This helps distinguish between geometric isomers. We also briefly touch upon the naming conventions for complex bridged and spiro systems containing carbonyl groups, highlighting how parent structures and numbering are determined in these intricate frameworks. Finally, we address special naming cases and potential ambiguities. This includes dialdehydes and diketones, and when to use the carbaldehyde suffix instead of al. Understanding the interplay between suffixes and prefixes for various functional groups is crucial for precise and unambiguous IUPAC naming, especially in competitive exams. Now, challenge yourself with these 7 hard-level questions. They combine aromatic compounds, stereochemistry, and complex functional group scenarios. Pay close attention to detail, apply all the rules systematically, and remember to specify stereochemical descriptors where necessary. Welcome to the ultimate challenge. Get ready to dive deep into the advanced level nomenclature, where every detail matters. In this hardest section, we begin with a comprehensive review of IUPAC priority rules, emphasizing subtle tie-breaking criteria for parent chain selection and numbering in highly polyfunctional compounds. We then delve into advanced stereochemistry, distinguishing between enantiomers, diastereomers, and mesocompounds, and applying our S configurations to molecules with multiple chiral centers, a common requirement in G advanced. Next, we explore the nomenclature of compounds with multiple aldehyde or ketone groups, including scenarios where carbaldehyde or OXO prefixes are necessary. We also briefly touch upon naming common derivatives like oximes and acetals, understanding how their names relate to the parent carbonyl. This deep dive ensures you can handle the most intricate structures encountered in competitive exams. We then connect nomenclature to real-world applications by examining how these rules apply to natural products and biomolecules, such as carbohydrates like glucose and fructose. Understanding the systematic naming of these complex structures, including their D, L, and RS configurations, highlights the universality and power of IUPAC principles in various scientific fields, from biochemistry to medicinal chemistry. Finally, we consider nomenclature from a retrosynthetic analysis perspective, showing how a correct IUPAC name can guide synthetic planning. We also highlight common pitfalls and tricky cases frequently encountered in G advanced problems, such as misidentifying the principal functional group or errors in stereochemical assignment, ensuring you're prepared for every challenge. Alright, here are the first 5 out of 10 challenging questions for the hardest level. These problems are designed to push your understanding to its limits, requiring careful application of all the advanced rules we've discussed, including stereochemistry and complex functional group priorities. And here are the remaining 5 questions to complete your hardest level challenge. These will test your ability to draw structures from complex names, identify errors, and apply nomenclature to advanced scenarios, ensuring you're fully prepared for the demanding nature of G advanced chemistry. Congratulations on completing this comprehensive journey through aldehydes and ketones nomenclature. We've covered everything from basic common names to advanced G-level IUPAC rules and stereochemistry. For more such in-depth educational content and practice, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting chemistry lessons.